Hi, welcome to Grat's Guide to Anything. Today we're going to continue our look at Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition combat by understanding Step 2, Establish Positions. This is the third in a series of very short videos covering how combat works. Each video will look at a single aspect of combat, and then the final one will run them all together and walk through a sample combat. By the end of this video, you'll be able to describe the process of determining location or establishing position. So, where are we going? There are 5 steps to combat. We need to determine surprise, establish positions, determine initiative, then each player and monster has its turn in order, and then the 5th step, we begin the next round and we keep repeating step number 4 until the combat is completed. Right, establishing position. Hopefully this will be another quickie. The DM has the final say in this regards, but you as a player can influence things. Now note that this is the second thing that occurs, and it occurs after determining surprise, and there's a reason for that. Because depending upon who or what is surprised, it may change how the positions are established. So if one party is surprising another party, then they're going to have the opportunity to put themselves in a better position. On the other hand, if both parties are surprised, they may well be in the middle of each other before anyone realises anything is happening. So the fact that we're having a combat, this indicates that an encounter has occurred. Either this encounter is a planned encounter as part of the module that you are playing, or it is a random encounter. Either way, the DM decides where it occurs, what the surrounding terrain looks like, and what the direction or directions the encounter comes from are. The distances between the party will depend on things like terrain and the size of the party. So an adventuring band scouting for the local Baron may well spot the 10,000 strong Orc warband from a couple of kilometres away, giving them time to run away, and inform the Baron that he's going to have some uninvited guests in a couple of days. The adventuring party delving in a dungeon may not spot the giant spiders on the roof of the room that they're in until they're halfway into the room full of spider webs. The key here is what information you give the DM to play with. If you don't tell the DM anything, they will assume what they want, and that can be really bad. So, camping for the night? Get the DM to describe the surrounds and plan your camp. Hint: setting up camp in front of a deep, dark cave? Usually not a good idea. Also, decide on your marching order and let the DM know. Should the quiet, stealthy rogue go first, or the strong, armoured fighter? Hint: if you're using torches, it's really hard for that stealthy rogue not to be spotted carrying the bright torch in his hand. So if they are 50 foot in front of the rest of the party, it probably won't go well for them. Who will be last? What is the spacing between? Sometimes the DM may give you the opportunity to organise that. Other times, if you haven't told them, they are within their rights to randomly decide what order you are in because you haven't actually told them. So, final word, keep the DM informed. Don't assume that they're going to be nice and kind and ask you. So keep the DM informed and everyone will be a little bit happier. One final comment: don't assume that you're only going to have encounters where you want them. So if the party is now split all across town and say the magic user is in the central markets trying to purchase some spell components, that's probably a good opportunity for the local Assassin's Guild to have a go at them. So regardless of where you are and what you're doing, always think about what's your marching order, who's there, do you need to have precautions in place? And if any of those is yes, then make sure that you talk to the DM about it so the DM knows, and you're not going to get a big surprise when suddenly a crossbow bolt appears in the middle of your chest. Anyway, that is it for this episode of Grat's Guide to Anything. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.